You just gotta take a lane, make your presence known. It's okay to be in the middle. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. What's not okay is to be in the middle and slow. So if you're slow and you're in the middle, f you. That's me saying to you, fellow cyclists, f you. Get the f off the middle of the road. But yeah, if you can go with the speed of traffic, then there shouldn't be any problem. What's up guys, today I'm gonna teach you how to ride your bike from Makati all the way to Quezon City Circle and through Edsa. I do not recommend this for the faint of heart, but it is allowed. Bicycles are allowed on Edsa, and Edsa is the shortest way through. And finally, if the traffic is bad enough for the cars, then it's nice smooth sailing for you. You just gotta make sure that you have the proper fitness, road awareness, spatial awareness that's required for cycling in the Philippines and cycling in Edsa. There are a lot of things that can endanger you as a cyclist. So when surfing through traffic like this, you want to maintain a speed that you can easily brake from. A speed where you can come to a full stop in an emergency situation. You don't want to be crashing into a car or crashing into a pedestrian, especially in traffic, because the only reason why that would happen is because you weren't aware and because you were going too fast compared to the slow pace of traffic. So I'm gonna try and squeeze through this. And now we're gonna enter Edsa. There is a bike lane, fortunately, right here. This part is unfortunately not painted, but if we move a few more meters, or maybe not. I do remember there being a bike lane here, because I avoid it as a driver. So as you can see, Edsa's pretty much traffic. It's not standstill, but I could say they're not moving any more than 20 kilometers per hour. And as far as my commuting ability is concerned, I don't really go below 20 kilometers per hour. Only when I'm stuck behind the car or stuck behind traffic. But as far as the cruise is concerned, I am very comfortable at 20 kilometers per hour, even 30. So for this situation right now, we just want to squeeze through traffic bit by bit, making sure we stay alive, we stay upright, keep both wheels on the ground. You want to be able to watch for these kinds of road furniture and potholes that are created by the lack thereof the road furniture. So what I'm talking about are these cat eye lights that have been paved on top of with asphalt. So a lot of these cat eyes, they're already missing, and that's a hole. If without those cat eyes, those reflectors, that ends up a hole. And if you go straight across them, you are definitely going to feel it. If you are on road tires, then it can, I'm not saying it will always, but it can result in a puncture. So as you can see, we're here right before Robinson's Pioneer. We're just taking it easy. The traffic is, I would say, relaxed. It's a bit of uphill here. You can see cyclists usually walk it if they're not used to high intensity effort. As this is an effort, this is quite the effort. It's like jogging up a hill at this speed. I heard once from an endurance coach, if you can still keep a conversation while doing the activity, then you're in a good LSD, long slow distance pace. So me being able to talk to you guys is really allowing me to pace myself through this segment of Edsa. So we're here almost at Bonnie. It's almost the crest of that climb, that short bit climb from Guadalupe Bridge up until SM Light. So you want to avoid these standing water spots. These parts are, I could say, 24/7 wet. I've never passed Edsa where these segments haven't been wet. If MMDA, you can see this, you gotta do something about this, because as a cyclist, that's really where we want to be, in that side of the road. But with this part being wet for hundreds of meters, it's not very safe for us. I mean, it's dry everywhere else, but not there. That guy doesn't know how to overtake. Supposed to overtake on the left, you idiot. So the traffic's a bit too fast for me to be taking the underpass. I don't want to obstruct the speed of traffic itself. So I'm gonna take the high road, which is the Shaw Ibabaw, as few commuters would know it. It is actually much easier to be on the Ibabaw. It cuts out that part where you have to go uphill if you were to take the underpass. So when you're on the right side of the road, lane surfing on the right side of the road, especially when you're beside like a pedestrian lane or any sidewalk, you wanna be very mindful of the doors that are opening. As you saw 30 seconds ago, there was a guy on a motorcycle that tried to get into the lane that I was taking, and it's a good thing that that guy had awareness and respect for the motorist or the cyclist or whoever is using the road on that lane and traveling at speed. Commonly in the Philippines, you can see motorcycles just starting out of cars in traffic, and as a cyclist, you don't want to be having to brake. Look at this. You don't want to be braking abruptly, especially if you have someone behind you. You don't want to cause a collision. Again, you're in a bike, they're in a car. If there is a collision, it's going to be just you up. The car, maybe, but you definitely. So that's very normal here in Edsa. I think he should be wearing a helmet for what he's doing. I would like to crash at that speed without the helmet. I have crashed in that speed with helmet, and I can tell you that I don't want to do it without one. So it really depends on the traffic. If you're going to be able to take the flyover, the underpass, or take the surface road as we did just a minute ago at Shaw. So right now I'm seeing traffic is not too bad. I would say they're traveling around right now 30, but I can expect them to be traveling around 40 later, as it only seems to get much lighter from this point of Edsa, which is Ortigas, a well-known bottleneck section. I decided we're gonna take the low road. Oh no, wait. We'll take the high road. It's manageable. So the trick with these flyovers is that you have to know the profile of the flyover. Like this one, the Ortigas northbound flyover. In Tagalog, we call this banayad, a banayad climb, which doesn't really increase in steepness, but rather it just avoids the natural downhill of the road below it. So it's not a lot of uphill, but more of just trying to avoid the dip that is Ortigas Avenue. So yeah, a bit too fast, 33 going up, but that's fine. Types of cycling here. There's one right here outside Edsa. Quite a lot of those road furniture unfinished projects. Not sure what the hell they're still doing there. It's been years. And there's that bike lane that you share with people, squatters. So again, you have to avoid that. It's very dangerous to go head on with those metal plates, as they tend to have a very sharp angle towards them. If you have your wheel that's relatively thin, like one's on road bike, they can cause pinch flash and rip your tire up pretty good, and in some bad cases can cause you to slip. Those ones, those are really bad, as they're really deformed and they can really cause a lot of damage to your bike if hit head on. My advice, if you have to go through them, you make sure that you don't hit that corner with your wheel. So you would want to bunny hop into the flat surface rather than having to charge onto that corner or side of that metal plate. So as you can see, I just did a bunny hop on the sewer drains as they are improperly set. So here you have a chicane. To avoid two at the same time, I prefer doing it that way. That's how I recommend you do it. Just make sure that there are no cars behind you. I don't want to have to encourage you to do something that killed you. This one, I would say, it is not a banayad flyover. It is the one after Santolan MRT. But I like like the pace of traffic. It's 25 kilometers per hour. Again, there's a speed that's comfortable for me. I cannot say that this will be as comfortable for you. It does get tiring, especially if you come from a far place and if you work a very tiresome job. This will feel different from you. I mean, I've had a few years cycling, 2 years cycling, and I stopped for 2 years. Now I'm just getting on the bike. I've been on the bike for a couple of months, but I understand how to really pace myself. So you just wanna go at the speed of traffic. You don't wanna be an obstruction to traffic. You wanna also take note of all of these potholes and to properly ride through them or over them, depending on your skill level. We're gonna lane check, making sure to check what's behind us first. Okay, so up. That was a bit risky, I know, and I was able to make eye contact with the driver on my left and let him know that I had to get in there. Like I said, with the road furniture and all of the cracks on the road, you just have to keep mind of where they are. The more you go through this segment, the more knowledge you get with the road conditions. As you can see, there are parts of Edsa that you can really recover from. You just gotta take a lane, make your presence known. It's okay to be in the middle. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. What's not okay is to be in the middle and slow. So if you're slow and you're in the middle, f you. That's me saying to you, fellow cyclist, f you. Get the f off the middle of the road. But yeah, if you can go with the speed of traffic, then there shouldn't be any problem. So it's getting a bit fast. You wanna keep up again with the speed of traffic. So this is pretty much home stretch for me. At this point, I like to stay on this side of Edsa as dodge these metal plates and recover from that double underpass, which was Cubao. It's not going to be always like that, especially early morning. If there is no traffic, I tell you, do not do that. If there is no traffic, do not do that. Stay above. Stay on the service roads. Don't get on the flyovers. Flyovers are only safe when the traffic is crawling at around 0 to 20 kilometers per hour, actually less. But yeah, very important to know how to keep your balance, because there are situations where I can tell you that there's not enough room to dismount and to put one foot on the ground. So you're gonna have to make sure that you can travel at a low speed, creep up inch by inch in traffic without falling down. As this is very important if you are going to be traversing Edsa. There will be moments where you will really have to slow down, go with the slowness of traffic to be able to recover. Bike lane po yan. Sabi po tayo dyan, bike lane yan. Bike. Excuse me. It's a bike lane. Bike lane ho to. Nagawa ng parking yung bike lanes. medyo baba lang. So, to summarize, the East Avenue bike lane is an okay bike. It's not perfect, it's dangerous in some parts, but you know, I take this over nothing. Ay, nako. That is the kind of stupid that cannot have on the road. Tumatawid ka, pambike lang yun! So if you're coming from East Avenue and you're headed to, let's say, Visayas, past Commonwealth, the best way is to get into the innermost lane. As in Commonwealth, it's not really a full circle. You will have to pass through a diversion due to the ongoing construction there at the Quezon City Circle segment fronting Commonwealth. So the traffic is pretty bad. Normally, this lane moves, but it's not. Yep, that looks good. Kalmado. Nampla ka si kuya. Kalmado pa rin gas sa checkpoint. So just as I suspected, it's here at the bottleneck where the traffic is. Reason being is that elliptical road is around 8 lanes thick, and at this point only around 4 cars side by side without any motorcycles in between them can pass. So that's basically 100% to 50% capacity all at once, with everyone wanting to go to Commonwealth from most of Quezon City Circle already trying to cut from the leftmost lane onto their exit, which is Commonwealth. My exit is Visayas Avenue, so I'm gonna slowly make my way towards that exit, keeping in mind that there are a lot of road furniture here as well. A few really bad, I would say, drain covers. Those are really bad to go across, as they can cause damage to your tire for bikes and cars as well. This is something to keep in mind. Okay. So there's actually a bike lane over here at the rightmost lane of the Quezon City Circle. We're gonna enter it right now, as we're on our final few corners.